something really sad happened this week. So sad. So I experienced a One Piece moment. Like, spoilers if you haven't gotten to Any's lobby of One Piece, but I've experienced it in real life, and I was like, what? So in real life, I experienced One Piece, and most specifically the Going Merry and Usopp. So last Monday, usually like on Mondays, Jerome and I hang out, and before we hang out we always like drop off Joy to the gym, Jerome's sister to the gym, and then like we drop off his mom at work and stuff like that. But on this day, I noticed that he keeps looking at the car, and I'm like, what's going on? But like every time we would stop and like, you know, drop someone off, Jerome would be like looking at the car like very intensely, right? So I was like, oh, I noticed you're looking at the car, like, is there something wrong? And he was like, yeah, I noticed there's a big ass crack inside of the car, like where the wheel is, there's like this big ass crack, right? And I'm like, oh my god. And then he calls his dad, yo, like, I see this crack in the car. And then his dad's like, you have to take it to the mechanic right now. So we drop everything we're doing and we go to the mechanic. And then the mechanic is like, your car is high-key GG's. Like, he was poking it with a little hammer thing, and then it was so rusted at the bottom because I guess my Jerome has a H3 Hummer, 2007 H3 Hummer, and it's very old, and he's had it for a couple years already, and the bottom has just suffered with rust because of the environment that we live in. It's constantly wet, it's raining a lot, it's always like snowy, and then the snow like melts, and it's just the elements of Canada, right? So the bottom of his car is like very, very much rusted, and then the mechanic is like poking it with like a hammer, and it's like all you hear is like crumbling, like things crumbling, right? And I was like, oh my god, good thing Jerome looked at the car, because it's like the mechanic was like, this is like, it's like okay to drive, but we don't know how much longer it has, you know what I mean? So like we're like, oh shoot. And then what happened was Jerome was like, I actually had a dream. This is giving Usopp and like the Going Merry, okay? So Jerome was like, I had a dream like last night, and it was a dream in a dream, and in my dream in the dream I left the car unlocked, and then I woke up from my dream, and then in my dream I locked the car, and then I went back to bed, and then I woke up in real life and I was like, I feel very uneasy about the car, like I feel like something is really wrong. He didn't feel like anything was wrong while driving it, but when we inspected the car, you could see like 2 big cracks in it. And it just, again, it was just a result of like water damage, the rust, and also probably like just the elements of Canada, right? And then I was like, oh my god, it's like Usopp and the Going Merry, like the Going Merry was like telling you like a sign, and we're like, bruh. And then after that I was like, oh yeah. So after we went to the mechanic was like, yo, this is GG's. If you want to fix it, we could fix it, but it's gonna cost like 2K, and we don't even know how long it's gonna last. It could last 1 year, it could last 2 years, it could last 3 years, it could last 5 years, but we don't know if it's even worth saving, right? And I was like, I'm sad. And then we ended up just driving the car back to the house because the car was like really, no, the mechanic was really close by to the house, right? So as we're driving back, I'm just bawling my eyes out. I'm like crying so much because I'm like, okay, I never thought in my whole life I would ever be those people that becomes really attached to their car. It's not even my car, but this car is such a beautiful car. I will show you guys the car, but it is such a beautiful car We have so many memories with it. This car was a headache. I'm not even gonna freaking lie. Because I genuinely believe this car is not meant for like wintry, rainy season, or like just Canadian elements. I believe this car is meant for like California, like USA, California weather, right? And every single winter, last year, oh my god, when we first started dating last year, this is the car, by the way, sorry. This is the car, H3 Hummer. We love her. So I was gonna say, wait, let me fix my camera. It's so small. So yes, it's a H3 Hummer, and I generally believe it's not meant for Canadian weather. I generally believe it's just made for like the hot sunny life in the US of A, because this is an American car. And every single winter, basically the electronics in the car would malfunction and we can't start it. Oh my god, we can't start it without like smacking the side. So like when it's really cold, we're kind of like, pray it starts. It's not even the battery, it's just like the electronics of it, right? So when we first started dating last year, I remember we were going to like a work dinner for his work, and I'm out here in my heels and we're like, oh shit, and like we have to smack it on my side, like on the passenger side. So I'm like boom 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 kicking it with my foot, and like it was so cold that day, like it would not start. So we were like in my driveway for like 30 minutes trying to get this car to start, and we were so late to this dinner. But like and like Jerome was so stressed because Jerome gets very stressed about being late, and I'm just like, well, burn toast theory, copium. And I don't know, like those like moments are like so funny. We went through so much with this car. I remember when he got it, and like we drove around in it when we were still just friends, and then like we didn't talk for 2 years, and then he came back into my life and was like, and then we like picked up Joy. Like this is the first thing we did. We like we built my shelf, and then we drove this car. We picked up Joy all the way from her school, and we're like Lee, and then we taught Joy. This was the first car Joy really drove too, because Jerome kind of taught Joy how to drive too, and it was just good memories. And I'm like, dang it, I wanted to drive this car, but you know, it's kind of GG's. But she's such a beautiful car, and I was like so sad, and I was like crying on the way home. I didn't really expect to be so attached to a car, but I was really attached to this one. But at the end of the day, we all really knew this was inevitable, but we just didn't know when it was gonna happen. We just really didn't know when it was gonna happen. But it was kind of sad that it just was so sudden. We're just like, we can't drive this car anymore, it's so unsafe. So it was just like a goodbye thing. So I'm saying goodbye to this car on Monday. We're gonna clean it out, and we're like selling it for parts. And yeah, I have a plan. Oops, not tacos, oopsie. I have a little plan to do a little project I have in mind with this. And low-key, because we are selling it for scraps, I low-key wanted to take one of the mirrors. And I was like, I'll just like use it in my house. Like, can I have like a mirror, or can I have like this little chain thing or something? I need a little memorabilia. But Jerome was like, we can't take it off, bro. And I'm like, no, I will rip it off when we leave it at the dealer. But yeah, anyways, so in that whole situation, the whole One Piece situation, it's like the Going Merry is giving Jerome, aka Usopp, a little message, or like just the Straw Hats in general, like that she will always be there, ba-ba-da-ba-da. and then like and then like and then I'm also Usopp, who refuses to let the car go and is like crying, but also doesn't know how to fix it. And I'm like, you know what? Just give me a hammer. I will fix it. Bonk, 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 bonk. You know what I mean? The car is going merry. Exactly. Literally, exactly. And we already have a new car on the way. I don't know if I'm gonna like talk about what it is yet, because I don't know how comfy because it's not my car at the end of the day, so maybe I'll talk about it later on in the future. But yeah, I'm seeing the new car on Monday, and we're also gonna clean out this one. But she's such a beautiful car, bro. We also named her well, before Jerome and I started dating, they used to call this car Bad Boy, because like again, during the winter time it would not start. The car would not start. And whatchamacallit, the car would not start. And yeah, but then I remember when me and Jerome started like talking again, he was like, oh, this car actually doesn't have a name. And I love kind of naming cars. Like our car is called Uni because it looks like there's a unibrow on it. We have another car called a Pilot. It's a Honda Pilot, but we just call it Pilot. But like, yeah. Anyways, so this car, we actually named it Riza, like Riza Hawkeye from Full Metal Alchemist, because it's like Jerome and I's like one of our favorite animes ever, and we like bonded over this anime as well. But we named her Riza Hawkeye, and we call her Riza Girly. We love her. And we already named the new one. I don't know if like this is the official name, but I was like, what if we name it because it's a black car. And I was like, what if we name it Black Hayate, which is Riza's dog in Full Metal Alchemist. So I don't know if the name's gonna stick, but I was like, Hayate. But yeah, that's Riza's dog's name, and I think that's what we're gonna name the car. But yeah, it's such a sad end to the era. I think it's a much needed end of an era, and yeah, it's good. It's just so sad. We went through so many like adventures. We went to like Peterborough. We went to one of the biggest like Buddhist temples. We like went on road trips during the summer.